Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I miss you so much guys because it's not been a while. It's been like 2 weeks without posting, or it's 2 weeks since I posted my last video. So I hope that you are doing fine, and I hope that you can hear my voice or you can hear the sound, because like I changed the setting, not the setting really of the camera, but I have changed like how I put my camera. It's a bit like up top, yana, and I think it's better than how I put it, because I wanted the camera to be like kind of like up close so that you can feel me and I can feel you. So without wasting any time, let's get down to today's video. First thing is first, fam, let me take this precious time to ask you to please subscribe to my channel. Guys, I need your support like never before. Please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. I know that some of you are watching without subscribing, but to subscribe is so free. Please do subscribe to my channel, and you know, when you subscribe, you get the notification every time I post a video. You get the notification that Loretta's channel has posted a video, and you'll be the first one to see that video. Okay, so thank you so much as you subscribe, as you share my videos, as you like, as you comment. So please guys, comment on the video because I need your response. I need for us to interact, because most of the videos that I'm doing, you know, they're kind of like, you know, conversational videos. They're kind of like engaging videos, so I need you to interact with me on the comment box. On today's video, I don't know, like, if you guys know, if you have watched my vlogs, like the vlog that I was talking about, like art creativity, there's where I was talking about that I'm grieving, like I lost my dad, and I was saying that I'm gonna talk about it on like a more sit down setup. So I think right now, you know, is the right time for me to talk about it. I feel like I'm ready. Then I thought the last time, you know, I'm ready to talk about how I feel and how the grief is going and my emotions and all that. So yes guys, I am ready, and by the title of this video, I'm gonna title it, you know, how I dealt with my grief, or how to deal with grief. I'm going to talk about how I'm dealing with my grief, because on the 25th of February I lost my dad, and it was so painful. You know, at first, you know, we know that Kubler-Ross talks about the stages of grief, which are denial, bargaining, you know, depression, and acceptance. And you know, he talks about it and he explains each stage, but I'm not gonna explain the stage, but I'm just gonna touch like in the stages that I went through, you know. And like I was saying, I lost my dad, and I was there when he took his last breath, and I was like in shock. Like, yes, even in the stage they shock. And when my dad passed away, I was in shock. Like, I was kind of like in denial when it happened right there at the hospital. I was in shock and I was in denial, and it took like a while, I think like an hour, you know, just me being there with my dad, and just wanted to make sure that, you know, I was in denial at the same time. Like, I think like all of this, you know, stages or emotions, they happened at once. Like I was in shock, I was in denial, I was begging with God, like, please God, please bring my dad back. Like, you know, I will do anything and everything in this world for you to bring my dad back. And you know, yes, it passed. Like, you know, the doctors came and, you know, told us that, you know what, he's gone, you need to chill, you need to just take it easy and all that. And you know, we buried my dad. I was still sad, I was crying a lot and all that. And it wasn't easy. Like, I felt I got into immediate depression. Like, I was so depressed. And I think I'm still depressed, only that I think right now I know how to cope with it, or just to manage it a bit so that I can go on with my life and all that. And yes, I was so depressed. I remember that I just wanted to be alone. I didn't want to talk to anybody. Even during the burial ceremonies and all that, I didn't want to talk to anybody. You know, people were just like, you know, I just didn't want to be around people. I just wanted to be alone in the dark room, sleeping, or just thinking or crying. I just felt pity for myself. I was so sad. Like, I was so sad, guys. I was so sad that I could feel like, you know, sad. I was so extremely sad. And I blamed myself. You know, I went through all that, blaming myself, you know, asking myself a lot of questions that I didn't even have answers to them and all that. And you know, one thing that helped me, because this video is about, you know, how to cope with grief and how I coped with everything. What like, really helped me to, you know, come out of the depression, the massive you know, the depression that I had, because I could see that this depression is leading to, you know, major depression or clinical depression, because it was now becoming so heavy on me. And I just felt, you know, I lost hope in everything. Nothing was of interesting in me. I was not interested in anything. Like, I was just so down. You tell me about an opportunity that you know I could go for, I wasn't interested in anything, in meeting my friends and celebrating anything, you know. And it went on for the past, it was February, March, April, and today is May. You know, I think I became a little bit better in the middle of May, of April, like mid-April. That's when I got better, yeah, about the depression thing. And I wasn't, like I'm saying, I lost hope, I lost interest. I was just down, and I felt like, you know what, there's nothing to live for. You know, my dad is gone so easily, so what's the point? Like, let God just end this whole universe thing. Let's just all die and all that. You know, I was just there in the dark place. And I remember, like, you know, one thing that pulled me out of that darkest place, it was me talking to one of my friend, and like, to one of my friend, you know, he told me, like, Loretta, don't allow yourself to go to that darkest place whereby you can't even save yourself. You know, as much as you want to grieve, as much as you want to feel pity for yourself, but don't push yourself, or don't allow yourself to go to that place. You know, allow yourself to be helped. You know, allow to yourself to heal, and just, you know, allow yourself to live again and to have hope again. And you know, it wasn't easy. Like, even right now it's not easy, but I think his words, you know, they kind of like got into me. His words kind of like, you know, brought kind of like light, and I started to realize that there's no need for me to allow my emotions and my feelings to take hold of me, like I don't have a life to live. So I started, like, you know, trying to fight the depression that I have, or the feelings that I have. You know, one thing, you know, I did all that I can, and I could tell you that exercising helped me, you know, physical exercising, where I got by the roadside and started jogging, and it refreshed me, you know. I started jogging. I remember one day I was jogging and jogging, and I couldn't even stop, you know, and I knew that I'm breaking that pain. I am breaking that pain. So it made me feel better. Like every time I went for jogging, you know, when I came back, I felt like a sense of relief, you know. I felt like I'm relieved. And you know, I felt like it helped me more of like the physical side, because you know, with the depression, it left my body feeling weak. It left my body feeling so tense and, you know, tired. I was just tired the whole time. You know when your body is not active enough, you know. So the physical exercise helped me to, you know, get off that weight in me, and I started feeling lighter and more light. And again, one thing that I did was, you know, I started being open to people. I started sharing with my sisters how I feel, and they were like encouraging me, and you know, just my family, talking to them, you know, how I feel. I remember the last time I spoke with my brother, I told him how I'm feeling, and we just shared, you know, how we are feeling and all that. So sharing what's people who are supportive really helps, and it opened, you know, my eyes to see that it's not only me who's going through all these things, but we are all going through them as family, and you know, we will conquer, we will, you know, push forward no matter what. And again, one thing that I did, it was to go to church. Like I went to church, I'm still going to church. Church like brought this healing in me, and I'm thankful of the church that I'm going to, thankful for my pastor, you know, thankful for the people at church. And you know, it just brought this spiritual upliftment in me, you know. I started feeling like God is, you know, having hope that God is nearby. He hears me when I'm praying and all that. It just brought this spiritual upliftment. I started to have, you know, the zeal to pray even more, and to be comforted by God, and to realize that God is there all the time. Guys, that is that on how I dealt with my grief, but that is not all. I'm just, you know, I don't want this video to be too long, and if you are interested in hearing more or learning more, because I believe as I'm sharing, you know, there are people out there who are going through the same thing, or you know, you lost somebody and you feel like what can I do, you know, how can I feel better again, and how can I, you know, deal with my grief or my loss, you know, and how can I mourn my loved one. You know, if you are going through that and you still want to know more, or you still want to hear me sharing more of what I'm going through, because this is not all of it, you know. This is not all of it, you know. There's some crazy stuff that I went through, and if you're interested in knowing that, please comment on the comment section, so that I make another video talking about how, you know, how grief, you know, how grief affected me. Know that, you know, you are not alone in the grieving, because I believe that this year, since COVID, we, all of us, you know, if not all of us, but most of us, you know, lost our loved ones. People who had, you know, people that we loved just went instantly. So I hope that this video reaches you and helps you in a kind of way. So please subscribe, like and comment, and see you on my next video.